And we just say, got it, huh? Okay.
And I'll be muting everyone. So if you've not been muted yet, you will be now.
All right, I think we're all set to go, so we'll get started, and I'm sure there'll be others coming in throughout. So I hope someone will be admitting them as they come in. But good afternoon, and welcome to the Rotary District 5960 2021 or 2020-2021 Awards Happy Hour. My name is Mitch Popple, and I'm our District Awards team leader. And I first of all thank you all for joining us for some recognition and fun over the next hour or so. I know last year we did this via Zoom, and I really had a great time. So I'm sure it'll be a great time today as well. While we are recognizing clubs for their achievements in many areas, the awards program is about more than just a recognition. The program is designed to, one, serve as a roadmap and tool that clubs can use to provide direction and ideas to be more successful in their actions. Act as a vehicle to set and achieve goals and provide recognition for achieving those goals. Provide a way to share ideas between clubs. I know that's really important. Create friendly competition between clubs, which means we all do more. And that, of course, benefits everyone. And last, but certainly not least, it's fun. So today, not only will we be recognizing the clubs that were awarded Club of the Year status in several different areas, we'll also be hearing from several of those clubs about their accomplishments. And I think you'll be interested in hearing what they have to say about why they are successful in these different ways. And before we get things kicked off, I'd like to introduce our District Governor, Ed Merrick, to say hi and share a few thoughts. Ed?
Thanks, Mitch. Talk about a year of challenges. 2020-21 is one for the books. Just as the presidents finished up on NC Pets, we went into a lockdown and began improvising. But Rotarians are problem solvers, and that became apparent this year. We've supported food shelves, adopted the delivery of programs like Strive, purchased gift cards from local businesses for drawings to encourage people to shop in your own towns, moved to online club meetings. Community forums were held online. Fundraisers went online and were very successful. And environmental projects for the Conference of Clubs are a few of the examples on how we pivoted. In short, we've learned new ways to do Rotary. Holding district team meetings virtually highlighted the efficiency and accessibility that online meetings provided. Now people from around the districts can become involved as time constraints disappeared. We moved the club visioning program online and had a record 16 clubs use this service, which is a great tool to refocus, retool, and re-energize your clubs. Now, we're ready to move on into 2021-22 with our newly acquired skills to continue doing good in the world. Congratulations to all of the clubs and club leadership for all you accomplished in this challenging year. You did us proud. Mitch, I'll throw it back to you.
Well, thanks, Ed, and don't go too far. Our first awards are right around the corner, but I want to outline our awards program first as a reminder. There are actually two parts of our district awards program. First being the district governor citation, and that encourages clubs to strive to be more well-rounded in several areas, including fun, membership, public image, Rotary Foundation participation, service, youth activities, and district involvement. Then there are club awards. And once again this year, clubs are divided into 4 club sizes: small, medium, medium plus, and large categories. And within that, there's 6 categories will be recognized today, along with an overall club of the year in each size. So we have club service, community service, international, vocational, youth service, and public image. Other categories regarding Rotary Foundation giving and membership growth will be based on year-end numbers and will be awarded later. The winners are based on judging done by 23 Rotarians from around the district and beyond, which you'll hear about shortly. Judges could not vote on entries from their own club size, reducing any possibility for favoritism. And each category had 8 judges review the submissions, and the judges were anonymous. Even they didn't know who the other judges were. The Club of the Year was awarded based on calculating how clubs did in 9 categories, plus bonus points for judging and governor citation qualification. We received many comments from the judges on how difficult it was to make decisions because all the clubs are doing such great things. In fact, you'll hear more from them a little bit later on this afternoon. So with the background info out of the way, let's begin by recognizing our governor citation recipients. And to make those announcements, it's appropriate that they're presented by our district governor, Ed Merrick. So Ed, welcome back.
Thanks, Mitch. As Mitch stated, the district governor's citation encourages clubs to complete activities in several areas. All clubs are eligible for the citation, and clubs should be very proud to be recognized with it. There are 15 clubs that submitted and achieved the governor's citation, which was also good for bonus points in the Club of the Year contest. Hint for next year. Starting with large clubs, as my screen disappears. Starting with large clubs, they are Lakeville Rotary, Prior Lake Rotary, St. Paul Rotary, and the White Bear Lake Rotary Club. There were 6 medium plus clubs that achieved the district citation. They are Arden Hills Shoreview Rotary, Forest Lake Rotary, Greater Rochester Rotary, North St. Paul Maplewood Oakdale Rotary, Rochester Risers Rotary, and Roseville Rotary. In the medium club category, there were 3 clubs that are recognized: the Anoka, Blaine, Ham Lake, and LeSueur Rotary Clubs. And finally, in the small club category, there were 2 clubs that achieved the district governor's citation: Barron County Sunrise Rotary and Lake Elmo Rotary. Congratulations to all the clubs that achieved the district governor's citation. I look forward to presenting this to your club sometime in the not so near future. I'm taking a couple of weeks off. Mitch?
All right, thank you, Ed. Now we'll move on to our club awards. And again, we had 4 club sizes, and we'll show the top 3 in each club on the screen, and then have a wrap-up slide showing the 4 winners. Then we'll take a minute to interview one of the clubs that had success in a category. And now I'd like to introduce our district governor-elect from the Greater Mankato Rotary Club, Kenny Klooster, to present the awards for club service. Kenny.
Thanks, Mitch. Club service involves many of the programs revolving around the operations of a club. Its weekly meetings and fellowship activities. These activities would include, but are certainly not limited to, club programs, social functions, meeting ambiance, family of Rotary inclusion, member engagement, and club fundraising. And with COVID this year, the club service teams in our clubs had to work extra hard to create virtual and hybrid meetings that were engaging and relevant to their clubs. We'll start by sharing the results of the medium plus club size. Third place, Forest Lake. Second place, Arden Hills Shoreview. And first place goes to the Rochester Risers Rotary Club. So congratulations. Now the medium club service. First place goes to the LeSueur Rotary Club. So congratulations to Blaine Ham Lake on their 3rd place finish, Anoka on their 2nd place, and LeSueur for a 1st place finish. Congratulations. For club service small clubs, 2nd place is the Lake Elmo Rotary Club, and congratulations to Barron County Sunrise Rotary Club. And let's see the results for large clubs. Club service large club, St. Paul. And we have a tie. Of course, right off the bat, we've got to have a tie. The Prior Lake and the White Bear Lake Rotary Clubs tie for the large size club service club of the year. Congratulations. Now for, and now we're back to me. All right. And so what we'd like to do now is coming in from the White Bear Lake Rotary Club is President Pat McClernand. Congratulations, Pat. Got a couple questions for you if you don't mind.
Sure, thank you.
Pat, what were your significant achievements in the club service area this year that helped your club be successful?
All right, Kenny. We completed our White Bear Lake Club video project. We started that last year, but we held an outdoor grand opening preview at the Hannafield Performing Arts Center last August. So that was a big achievement for us to show new people and how our club does and what we do. We did our annual Taste of White Bear Lake fundraiser event, and it was changed to selling coupon books. We couldn't do the in-person, and we sold coupon books for our local restaurants, and that was a great success. We held our first online auction fundraiser, the Jingle Bear Silent Auction, with great success also. We sponsored a new Rotary Club for the Northeast Metro, which is moving slowly, but still moving, so we're hopeful on that. And we held our annual Barely Open outdoor golf fundraiser event on the ice of White Bear Lake. In April, we had our in-person environmental project gathering at the White Bear Lake Rotary Club. We held a 100-member goal achievement party outdoors at West Park in White Bear Lake in May. We actually grew from 92 to 101 members this year, so that's great. Our Manitou Days Beach Dance fundraiser event is back on this year, coming up this Friday. With our fundraising, we're able to help with many great community and international service projects. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. One more question for you, if you don't mind. COVID really created some challenges because we couldn't all be together in our clubs. How did your club leadership work to keep your members engaged throughout the year?
Yes, that was a challenge. Our newly introduced mentorship program really helped put structure around new members' orientation, which was especially important with the pandemic and keeping members engaged. And we changed right away to the Zoom meetings. We didn't miss a beat during the pandemic to keep up with our weekly meetings. We made a real effort to get good speakers since we were not able to meet in person. Having Zoom meetings allowed us to draw on speakers from any location and really improved our presentations and member interest. For example, we had Alan Page present and actually opened that one up to the district for attendance. Zoom allowed members from our twin club, Rotary Club of Kingston, Jamaica, to join us for our weekly meetings, and also allowed members to join our meetings from other locations, including the Snowbirds in the winter, for example. We had outdoor 501 meetings to keep some in-person events going. And when it was really cold, we did change to the Zoom meetings when we couldn't be outdoors. But I think that our growth in membership really shows our success in doing this. Thank you.
Awesome job, Pat. Congratulations to you and your White Bear Lake Rotary Club. And Mitch, right back to you.
All right, thanks, Kenny, and congratulations to all the winners in the club service category. And before we move to our next category, Kenny, you become our district governor at midnight tonight, so the clock is ticking here.
Yes,
What makes you excited about this upcoming year?
You know, when we had my installation this past Friday here in Mankato, part of my talk dealt with kind of a back to basics approach. Coming through pandemic now, life has changed forever for all of us. And what we need to do is utilize what we've learned and implement it. And without losing sight, though, of those fundamentals that have made our club so strong and allowed us to do all the service that we are currently doing. So Rotary International President-elect, so Shekhar Mehta is his name. He's going to be stepping in at midnight tonight as our Rotary International President. He has tasked us with, we must grow more to do more. So you're going to hear that throughout this coming year. And I jotted down just a couple ideas here I'd really like our clubs to take this opportunity to really reimagine your clubs. Again, use that solid foundation you've already built, and everyone on this call already has that solid foundation within your clubs. There's a reason you're winning these awards. Congratulations, keep up the good work. But reimagine your club and see how you can implement what we've learned over the last year and meld the two together to take us forward. Ask and look for fresh ideas. The best ideas are the recycled ones. We had a great Greater Mankato Rotary meeting today. Don and Joanne joined us from Rochester and just enlightened us to their basketball showcase that they hold in December. And they were willing to share those ideas with us. Joanne shared with us the growth of the Rochester Risers Club. So again, we're not too proud to look beyond the borders of Mankato and try to gather some of those great ideas from some of the surrounding communities and some of our friends in Rochester. So, ask for and look for those fresh ideas. Really key upon, again, it's public image, it's membership, it's Rotary Foundation, and it's diversity, equity, inclusion. One thing we chatted with Joanne today about was the makeup of the Rochester Risers Club. They are over 50% ladies. They're very diverse in their ages. So let's continue to build upon those basic diversity measures, but then let's also make sure that our clubs are mirroring our communities. Finally, just a couple last tidbits here, because you're going to be hearing enough from me going forward. So no sense hearing much more from me tonight, but set your goals. Again, I have this conversation with my clients all the time. If we don't know where we're going, how are we going to get there? So take this opportunity early on in your years to set those goals, make them attainable, but stretch too. Don't be afraid to stretch for that a little bit farther than maybe what is comfortable. And when we reach some of those goals, make sure we celebrate the successes that you do have. So important, not only to recognize, that we're setting a goal, but when we reach that goal, let's celebrate it. And share these awards now with your membership. Share it with your communities, news releases, social media. Utilize everything at our disposal to get the good word out there. So I'll leave you with one final tidbit here, and it's our theme for the coming year: serve to change lives. So Mitch, I'll throw it back to you.
Great. I appreciate those comments, Kenny. And I know you agree as well that this awards program is a great tool to use for helping to set those goals that you just mentioned. So thanks again, Kenny, and definitely look forward to serving with you over this next year and beyond. So thanks again.
My pleasure.
You bet. Now let's move on to youth service. And here to present the winners is our immediate past district governor, at least for a few more hours, is Paul Perez from the Prior Lake Rotary Club. Paul.
Thanks, Mitch. The Youth Service Award is based on programs that benefit children and young adults, working with schools, student scholarships, literacy programs, Interact and Rotaract clubs, Youth Exchange, Strive, and RILA are some of the examples of youth service projects. It was a challenging year due to distance, but these clubs still made a positive impact on the youth in their communities. And we're going to start with the medium club category. Let's go to the screen. And the medium youth service club of the year is the LeSueur Rotary Club. Congratulations. Now we're going to go to the small club category. Again, to the screen. And the small youth service club of the year is Barron County Sunrise Rotary Club. Congratulations. And we're going to move to the large club category. And the large youth service club of the year is Prior Lake Rotary Club. So way to go, Cindy Shepard, Jared Greer, and the whole team. Let's go to the last category, which is the medium plus size. See how that shook out. And there is the medium plus youth service club of the year is Rochester Risers Rotary Club. So congratulations to that club. And you can see the winners in the 4 categories there on your screen. So congratulations to all of you. And I'll turn it back over to Mitch.
All right. Thank you, Paul. And thank you to the clubs recognizing all of you for your efforts. Just again, such a great job done during this past year. And I'd like now to introduce District Governor Nominee Designate, which means she'll be District Governor in 2023-24, Patricia McLeese, Greater Rochester Rotary, to present the awards for community service. Patricia.
Thanks, Mitch. Service defines Rotary's character, whether local or international. It promotes Rotary's appeal and visibility in the community and responds to the needs of the local community. Rotary clubs determine top priorities for service projects by first learning about a community needs and the assets, and then developing a response that addresses them. So here are the winners in each club size for community service. First, the small club category. In second place, we have Lake Elmo. And the small community service club of the year is Barron County Sunrise Rotary Club. Congratulations. And the large community side, and the large community service will be next. Third place at St. Paul, second place White Bear Lake, and first place is Prior Lake Rotary Club, the community service club for large clubs. Congratulations. And the medium plus community service club of the year, was a tie between Greater Rochester Rotary and Rochester Riser Rotary. But the first place goes to Arden Hills Shoreview Rotary Club. So congratulations. And now for the small clubs, or the medium clubs, sorry. Third place is LeSueur, second place is Blaneham Lake, and the first place is Anoka Rotary Club. Congratulations for being the medium community service club of the year. So now you can see the winners in this category for community service clubs of the year, and congratulations to all of these clubs and their members for their hard work. Now, joining us to talk about their community service efforts are Sandy Campbell from Anoka and Charlie Altman from Arden Hills Shoreview Rotary Club. Sandy. Hi, Sandy. And I can't, oh no, hey, Charles.
There we go.
Oh,
We're on
there's
the
Sandy.
road.
Okay, yay. All right, Sandy, you have the first question. What
Anyway.
were a couple of your most significant community service accomplishments as a club this year?
Thank you. We're excited to accept this award also. Our partnership with the Anoka Police Department is one that we are developing and are just doing gangbusters in. We did a backpack for back to school last fall. We partnered with the ACBC Food Shelf, the Anoka Police, the Anoka County Services, and it was a great success. I think we had over 75 completely packed backpacks. We collected and put everything together. It was a need that the school district came to us with and said, we have students that just are not ready for school this fall. We need help. So we stepped up. We have our ongoing projects that we didn't know how we would do in COVID, and we continued with them, which was a feat in itself. We had our annual leaf cleanup at our park and had environmental science students and ethics students from the colleges, high school students from Champlain Park and Anoka. And so that was a really good service project for us. I would say that out of all the, painting at the food shelf and continuing with providing foods for Stepping Stone, the homeless shelter, one of our most sustaining monthly projects that we do is delivering Meals on Wheels. And I know a lot of clubs do that. We do 7 routes and we have 1 or 2 people. We did a contactless. We have 1 or 2 people in each vehicle. And sometimes when in the very beginning, we may have 2 vehicles that go to a house. There's just been a lot of enthusiasm for our projects. It seems like the more we do, the more we look forward to doing more in the community. It's a very service-driven club. And so we continue and we look at more service projects. We weren't able to in-person deliver dictionaries this year, but we did distribute to the schools, and then they in turn distributed 4,200 dictionaries, and we are looking forward to being able to do that in person next year. Thank you.
Your community, thank you so much for sharing. Your community service projects sound wonderful. And Charlie, what about you and your club?
Yeah, looking back, we were amazingly busy during COVID. We got creative and did all kinds of things to support different organizations. There were 2 that stood out. One was we created a human trafficking forum for awareness of human traffic issues that happen right in our backyard. We had over 320 registrants. We had Angela Davis from NPR MC it. We had 4 different speakers that range from law enforcement to counselors to nonprofit organizations that create a safe environment and housing for women who are taken out of trafficking so they have a safe place to be. And we had a very, very brave young woman who talked about her own trafficking experience and how she got into trafficking and out, and now she's a counselor helping other young women with these areas. And it was also replayed on NPR at a later date. Second one is we had an individual, Kent Peterson from our club, listening to our service club meetings. We have so many people to help during COVID. How do we know who to support? So he had the brilliant idea and created the Suburban Ramsey County Coalition. So we brought together several of the Rotary clubs. We brought together Lions clubs, Kiwanis clubs, the Roseville and Shoreview Community Foundation to raise the funds. We raised over $150,000 and formed like a committee of board that would talk to all these different nonprofit service organizations to find out where the money is most needed. And so we supported 21 different nonprofit service organizations, ones that focused on food insecurity, housing insecurity, mental health, and others. So those were 2 big projects that we're proud that we achieved.
Amazing work. Thank you so much. And Charlie, how did the awards program documents help you plan activities for this year?
Yeah, our club president, Glenn Bowers, filled those out, but he showed them to me. And now that, I'm taking over community service, it's going to help me plan for this coming year to make sure that we document well the things that we have done. Sometimes I was asked in the past, I got to rack my brain, who was there, who supported it, who are all the participants and stuff. So it's going to help me think about tracking every event as we do, this coming year.
Well, thank you very much, both of you, for your contributions and for the work of your clubs. So congratulations. And now back to you, Mitch.
All right, thank you, Patricia. I'd now like to move on to our vocational service category. Here to share the winners is another district governor from Prior Lake Rotary Club, Paul Perez. Paul?
Yes, I'm not from Greater Rochester.
No, I'm like, no, because there's
We're
Mike
good.
wasn't able to make it for just yet, so.
Thank you. As glad to step in. As business leaders, Rotarians share their skills and expertise through vocational service. Our vocational service efforts can play a vital role in improving the quality of life for people in the community that need direction and expertise. A project can involve any number of service activities: mentoring, career days, vocational awards, adult literacy, business experience, networking events, or even talking about your career at a club meeting. Through these activities, you can turn your expertise into an invaluable resource for others. So here are the results for the Large Vocational Club of the Year. We'll go to the screen. In third place, St. Paul Rotary. Second, White Bear Lake. And the Large Vocational Service Club of the Year is Prior Lake Rotary Club. Next, we'll honor the Medium Plus Club category in vocational service. We had a tie for third place, Arden Hills and Shoreview, North St. Paul, Maplewood. Second, Greater Rochester Rotary. And the Medium Plus winner for vocational service was Rochester Risers. So congratulations to all those clubs. Now we're going to go to the medium club size for vocational service. And again, going to the screen. We had a tie here as well. So Anoka Rotary and Owatonna Early, third place. Second place, Blaine Ham Lake. And the winner for the medium club size vocational club of the year is LeSueur Rotary Club. Again, congratulations to all the clubs. Finally, we're going to go to the small vocational service club. And we have two there. Second place, Lake Elmo. And in first place, Barron County Sunrise Rotary Club. So congratulations to all the clubs. Well done. And so happy to recognize these clubs for all the work they've done this year. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Mitch.
Well, thanks, Paul. Appreciate you pinch hitting like that. And, you know, this just goes to show how difficult it is to select winners in these categories. 8 judges ranking their top 5, and we end up with multiple ties. So that's, it just goes to show the great work that all of our clubs are doing. And speaking of judges, let's take a minute to hear from one of them about the process. And as I alluded to earlier, we have judges not only from our district, but from other places in the Rotary world as well. And so if you could please welcome 2023-2024 District Governor from District 5580 in Northern Minnesota, North Dakota, and I think just a little bit of Canada as well, David Long. So David, first of all, thank you for participating as a judge this year. You know, we really appreciate that you're willing to do that for us. And so as a judge, you looked at the entries in several categories. How challenging was it to rank the clubs in each of these categories?
Well, thank you, Mitch. I first have to say that I do really enjoy hearing what good things all the clubs are doing in their communities and in the world. And I've been a judge in evaluating for our own awards group in 5580 for the last couple of years. So I've had a fair amount of experience in looking at what the write-ups are. So this was really fun for me, but gosh, very, very difficult to pick. Well, who's number 1, number 2, number 3? So many good things are being done by the clubs in your district. Some of the categories were really, really close. A few of them were a little bit easier to pick who I thought was the obvious winner, but I'd read through 3, get to one, I think, okay, that must be the obvious winner. Then I'd read the next one and think, well, wait a minute, this one did this and the other one did this. They're doing different things and they're excelling at certain things and they're they're really doing good in their community or doing good in the world, and it makes it real difficult. So I had to go back several times and reread 2 or 3 and then reevaluate, okay, well, who is 1, who is 2, and who do I see as 3? The one thing I found both in our district and your district is the judges really only have the benefit of reading what somebody has written up. So you don't necessarily get the full picture of what the total impact of that project really was. And some people are really good at writing it up. So the suggestion or trick, I guess, here for all the clubs on the Zoom meeting is make sure you do a good write-up, because the write-up makes the big impact in the judge's mind of, well, what did that club do, without really having the benefit of knowing the club, knowing the projects, or knowing anything more than what you see on that piece of paper. So was really difficult, but it was a fun experience.
Great. And as an upcoming district governor, you're going to be taking over in a couple of years. How do you think seeing what clubs in a different district can maybe help you prepare for your role?
Yeah, I think it's really fun, really enjoyable, and beneficial to see what the clubs are doing outside of our own district. You can see these as potential examples or opportunities for our clubs to do. It gives me a wider perspective on, well, what's being done differently in other places than we are doing currently in our own district. It allows a little bit of an insight on also what we are already doing very well, and maybe some of the areas that, well, we could do better in here. These clubs were really doing these things very exceptionally, and maybe we need to step it up in certain places. So it gives a wide perspective. I think the more you can see, the better you understand what's going on in the world.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate your insights. And if we can reciprocate your efforts into your awards program, please reach out. We'd just love to help you out as well, and have a little sharing in that regard. So,
and certainly thank you for the opportunity. It was fun.
Great. So we definitely look forward to hearing about the great things that you and your district accomplish in the future. So thanks again, David. Now let's move on to the international service category, and here to present for this category is me. So international projects obviously take place outside of the US and should identify a specific need that will improve the quality of life and benefit others within that intended area. Clubs are encouraged to submit applications for both district and global grants and can involve multiple clubs. Other international efforts include establishing sister clubs, participating in friendship, cultural, and youth exchanges, and other projects that promote cultural awareness and world understanding. So let's find out our winners. So starting with the medium plus clubs. Once again, I think, we have a tie. So Greater Rochester and Rochester Risers tied with Roseville Rotary Club taking the winning entry. So thank you very much, and congratulations to Roseville for the medium plus category. All right, for large clubs, here are the top 3 international service clubs. And again, we got a 3rd place tie this time with St. Paul and White Bear Lake, with Rotary Club of Rochester in 2nd, and Prior Lake Rotary Club taking the win in that one. So again, let's congratulate these winners. And now let's go to the small clubs. And we have Lake Elmo in 2nd and Barron County Sunrise. So as a small international service club of the year. So congratulations to Barron County. And finally, here are the medium club size results. We have Anoka, LeSueur, and Blaine Ham Lake Rotary Club is the medium-sized international club of the year. And so joining us to share a little bit about their international service efforts are Ted Johnson from the Roseville Club and Blaine Ham Lake President Lynn Stepniak. So Lynn, congratulations. What were your club's most significant accomplishments internationally this year?
Well, thanks, Mitch. Couple of things. One was this Keep Kids in School, or KKIS program that actually was started by some Rotarians from the Seaside Rotarian Club in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And one of our Rotarians, Renee Tayo, and her husband have been traveling there every year for the last 8 years. Sometimes they go a couple of times a year, bringing school supplies and helping to sponsor kids in school. And this year, during the pandemic, our club was able to donate a lot of school supplies and also pay tuition for one of the kids. Our largest initiative, though, is in Guatemala. Every year, Julie Gotham leads a group of people to Guatemala for usually about a week trip to really focus on schools and education. And, as international travel shut down in March of 2020, schools in Guatemala closed shortly thereafter. And while teachers could visit some kids and bring schoolwork, many of them were in rural areas and had no access to cell phones or computers. So they just stopped. They didn't have any access to school or any kind of classwork. Many of these kids then went to work so they could help their families and help earn extra income. And the fear was that maybe when it came time to go back to school, these kids' families might not have money for expenses and they wouldn't want to choose between that or their kids just working. And so a scholarship program was developed by Julie from the Blaneham Lake Club, some people in Guatemala, a couple people, other people from the district, and one Rotarian from California. They met every week via Zoom for 8+ months. They raised $35,000, and that covered tuition, books, supplies, and some cell phone coverage in areas for 110 kids. And to date, the most important thing is none of these kids have quit school.
Great. Thanks, Lynn. And Ted, how about your club?
Thank you, Mitch. There are a number of areas we've been working. One was a global grant in the Democratic Republic of the Congo for a water project. We've been trying to get this one going for several years and finally got it in activity with the club there. And it was started from our meeting, this woman, Nima, I think it was Dimadama, somebody like that, who was here in our district a couple, 3 years ago. And we got involved working with her to work on that global grant. We also have come up with a solar lights project and a water project in Ethiopia through the efforts of one of our members, although that's kind of on hold still because of COVID. We had planned and had to hold on hold with COVID again with a teacher exchange between Roseville Middle School and some middle school teachers of English in Sri Lanka on our what we call the Rotary Educator Exchange Program. So that's still on hold for another year or two until COVID allows us to do something. And then the last thing was working with the Naka Valley Rotaract Club. Our club was fortunate to be able to help establish the first club, a Rotaract club for Rotary in a refugee settlement anywhere in the world, in Uganda, in the southwestern part of Uganda. And that club in June, it was its 5th anniversary. And so they were planning a project to do cleaning and sanitizing of a hospital and the hospital yard in their refugee settlement reception center. And so we supported them with the financing to do that, and also some money to celebrate their anniversary, the 5th anniversary, by putting together some T-shirts for 50 members and other people in the club there in Uganda. So that money did get through. The planning, the anniversary has been postponed. Uganda is under a 42-day COVID lockdown again.
Yep.
From early June. And so they don't know when they're going to be able to celebrate their anniversary, but they're excited to be able to do another cleaning project. And it would be a replica of the project they did, the first project they ever did 5 years ago, which was cleaning in the same medical center.
Great. Well, thank you, Ted. And I'll stay with you for the next question. How did you identify and your club identify these areas of need that you were able to focus on this year?
I think it was primarily by contacts that members had. For example, in Ethiopia, one of our members, who is now a Minnesota citizen, is from Ethiopia. And she's been working on her own in some small villages there. That one now is also on hold because of the military situations going on there in the Tigray region, which is where she's from, the Oromo culture. The global grant was because of our club meeting Nima when she was here in Minnesota, working with us. The Makavali one in Uganda goes back to our 5 years ago when we helped establish that club, and have continued to support them each year with projects of one sort or another. So it's all basically from members.
Sure.
Another one underway for in Uganda for a water project, also by one of our members who has contacts there.
Great. Well,
This is President Deb Nygaard. Can I add just a couple of things for the Roseville Club too? We started a project in the Dominican Republic too for clean water.
Yes.
So really excited to see that move forward. But we were able to get 1,200 feminine hygiene kits for girls distributed. 800 have already gone to Haiti, and we've got 400 ready to go to Ethiopia. With the same member that Ted mentioned, who's just never not doing good in the world. And so it's really fun to partner with all of these members and support their passions.
And we've got, and they all have contacts with Rotary clubs in these various countries now.
Awesome. Great, thank you. And Lynn, what about you? And how did your club identify the areas of need?
So the areas of need were areas we were already serving. We just stepped up the work in Guatemala so that we could make sure we could send that many kids back to school. So we were already working in those areas.
Awesome. Well, thank you both, Lynn and Ted, for those thoughtful answers. And again, congratulations. Job well done. All right. Well, we're nearing the home stretch here with just public image and the overall club of the year left to recognize. And here to share our public image club of the year is past district governor and incoming Rotary Public Image Coordinator for zones 25B and 29, Mr. Kyle Haugen. Kyle.
Thanks, Mitch. You know, public image centers around how members present themselves and their clubs, both in the public and within their clubs. And it's part of creating an attractive brand, for developing a warm environment people want to be a part of, and part storytelling, highlighting the impact we're making on the world around us. Here are the clubs that did the best job of that this year. In the large category, and first place goes to the Prior Lake Rotary Club. So congratulations to the Prior Lake Club. Now we'll move on to the small club side of things. And the first place club there is Barron County Sunrise Rotary. So congratulations to our friends in the northern part of our district. And it sounds like I have a large echo going on, and I don't know why exactly. So the medium sized public image club of the year, as you see on the screen, is the Anoka Rotary Club. And finally, here are the medium plus club size results. The first place club being the North St. Paul Maplewood Oakdale Rotary Club. So congratulations are in order to the North St. Paul Maplewood Oakdale Club as the medium plus club, and to all of the clubs that were recognized. And here to share a little bit about what they did is North St. Paul Maplewood Oakdale Club President, Herb Buckley.
Thank you, Kyle.
Hey, there she is. Hi, Barb. How are you?
Good.
Good. So what did your club focus on to maximize your impact of your public image and promotion this year?
Well, I think a lot of it starts with getting the right people on the team. Our club has been blessed with some really super talented people. Sylvia Allen, who lives in New Jersey but chooses to be a member of our club, is a dynamic person and speaker and who has worked in public relations for years. And our website IT specialist and public image team lead is Sean Berry, who is also a co-lead for the district.
Absolutely. Those are good people to have, and it's always important to have a team too. How did you and the team develop a plan and strategies for implementation this year?
I think just trying to keep our club noticed by submitting many stories and projects and fundraisers to local print and digital media. We had a club member that submitted our rain pollinator garden in our Rotary Park, a story to the Rotary magazine, which part of the article and a picture of our club, our pollinator garden was published in October 2020, and it was titled The Butterfly Effect. And then we've had an ongoing 6-year-long Rotary Park project by the Gateway Trail in North St. Paul. And we've built shelters and put in restrooms, had benches and flags and bike toolkits and little garden or little little reading libraries, and making sure all the correct signage is on there. And then we recently finished a plaque recognizing all of the donors from the district and members and local businesses and other Rotary clubs. And we plan to have a Rotary grand opening for the park with the city of North St. Paul, hopefully this summer.
Well, it sounds like you're making sure that people know about what you're doing in the community, and that's important too, to create that positive public image. So thank you, and please pass along congratulations to your club, and congrats to all of the clubs that are recognized for their public image efforts. And Mitch, back to you.
Great. Thank you again, Kyle. And now we'll end the 2020-21 awards presentations with our overall clubs of the year in each category. And as a reminder, the club of the year was calculated based on a club standing in each of the categories we have celebrated here today, along with 2 Rotary Foundation giving categories and membership growth, both through May 31st. So first, here, I'll wait for the screen to pop up. Here are the results for the small size club of the year. And you'll see that Barron County Sunrise Rotary Club took first place, with Lake Elmo in second, and the Cultural Exchange Enthusiast Rotary Club in third. And we'd like to recognize the Barron County Rotary Club as a small size club of the year. And joining us to answer a couple of questions are club co-presidents, Deb Neuheisel and Monica Audette. Congratulations. So,
What's going on?
yeah, so Deb, what do you think were the keys to your success this year?
Well, first of all, thank you for this honor. And one of the things that came to mind as we were listening today is that the district support and leadership and opportunities that were provided are really a key part of why we were able to be successful, especially in a COVID year, but even prior to that. And we were co-presidents for 2 years. I recall that Paul Perez encouraged us to change and to be flexible, and I think we responded that way. And part of that then led to our shared presidency. We capitalized on each other's strengths, and that was an opportunity to avoid burnout. It wasn't, it was a big question mark for people in our club at first. It was, how is this going to work? And there was a little bit of confusion, or at least uncertainty about what the future would bring. But it was the right thing for Monica and I to do, and she'll talk about that as well. Plus, we knew each other from the past, and we knew we worked together well. That was, I think, a big key to our success. Avoiding burnout is important. It's not easy to do a presidency, and it requires a lot of attention on several levels, and we were able to hand things off to each other. But we also listened to our members. Overall, we were flexible but structured. We needed to overcome a couple of years of discontinuity. Our last 2 presidents quit right after their terms. We needed to respond to member concerns that they weren't involved enough in decision-making on projects or funding, and our club wasn't engaged in service projects that were meaningful or originated from our members. So we had some challenges, and the way we set up our structure was the first week of each year of our co-presidency, we announced goals and how we plan to accomplish them. Again, addressing those member concerns. We restored a previously established board and full membership decision-making process, kind of back to the basics as Kenny was talking about. And twice a year, other times as needed due to timeliness, we conscientiously involve membership votes on all projects and expenditures. And we gave awards to recognize each individual member's strengths, like Spark Plug Award and Best Program Ideas and Welcome Aboard presentations and Still Waters Award and Spotlighter, just things that seemed to capitalize on what strengths these members were bringing to our club. And then we invited members to bring forward new ideas from their community involvement and what they saw as needs. And I think Monica will address that.
Awesome. Well, you're definitely following Kenny's advice on being that, I love that flexibility and thinking outside the box, trying something different. That's not always easy to do. So that's really great to hear.
Paul was a good leader in that way too.
Absolutely.
And also all of the clubs that helped us helped us by letting us become partners with them. That was a really important key too. It expanded who we were.
Great. Well, and then Monica, I'll ask you this question. How were you able to identify the different projects that your club worked on this year?
Well, as Deb mentioned, we chose most of our projects based on the interest of our different members. And we did that because it really shows that we valued every person who was in our club by listening to what they wanted to do. So for instance, we did get a district grant to build an accessible playground in our community. And one of our members brought a speaker in from the Kiwanis who said, hey, can you guys help us with this? Another member said, hey, let's do a district grant. And the next thing you know, we had a $400,000 playground in this little town of 3,300 that's drawing over 100 children a day to the playground. So it was amazing what we were able to do together. We also did our dictionary project. We were thinking we're going to do it the same way that we always did, but one of our members said, hey, what about our Amish neighbors in the community? And so we decided to invite them to our dictionary project, and we provided dictionaries to some of their whole schools, in fact. And that led to having a speaker come and talk about the Amish in our community. So you can see how it's all kind of pointing together. And the last part is we have some members in our club who belong to other nonprofits. One member came forward and said, hey, I'm working with kids in the schools and they need shoes right in our own community. We need shoes. And we told a story about one child who got a new pair of shoes from the Rotary Club, was wearing a pair of shoes that was 4 sizes too small prior to getting a pair of shoes from us. And those kinds of things really make it, a difference to our members. We can see what we're doing in our community. It wasn't all work though. We had a lot of fun too. We did some fun Zoom things even, like guessing how much a turkey weighed and when's the ice going to come out in the lake, kind of hometown things. And those are things brought up by our members. And it kind of made us feel good about safer at home. It was a fun year. It was, I would have to say with Deb, that co-presidency really worked for our club. And we enjoyed our 2 years together.
Well, awesome. Well, definitely thank you for being here, and congratulations to you and your fellow Barron County club members as the small size club of the year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
An honor, but it's been wonderful to work with everyone.
Awesome. All right, so now to recognize the large size clubs, here's Governor nominee designate Patricia McLeese is back. So Patricia, welcome back.
Yes, we are very excited to introduce the large club. Is the screen coming up? Yeah, great. Large Club of the Year. In third place, St. Paul Rotary, second place, White Bear Lake, and first place to Prior Lake Rotary for the Large Club of the Year. Congratulations. I'm sorry, my computer just went out.
And
Check, I'm completely out. I have no idea what happened.
No problem. I'll just, we
Not
have,
sure if anyone's here, so.
yeah, well, I can help out here. We do have Marlis Gesme with us. She is the club president of the Prior Lake Rotary Club. And congratulations, Marlis.
Thank you.
So what do you think were the keys to your success this year?
I think that Prior Lakes Rotary's keys to success was our willingness and our ability to adapt to an ever-changing environment. As our theme announced this year, Rotary opens opportunities. As certain doors closed, other doors opened for us this year, and we really focused on what we could do, not on what we can't do. We continued to make sure that we were very focused on our goals, looking at what we wanted to accomplish for the year, and knowing that we needed to ever be able to adjust as needed to those goals, depending on what we were able to get done for the year. I also think that a huge key to our success was the leadership team that I had, our board and our president's development team, the teamwork and the teamwork that we all put in together to accomplish those goals. Also, we continued to stay very focused on our fundraiser. Even though that we were not able to have that in 2020, we are definitely going to be having it this 2021. We are actually sold out for this year. It's Lakefront Music Fest, and it will be on July 9th and 10th. And we've kept our focus on ensuring that we were consistently doing good and having some serious fun.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And I know we spent much of the year on Zoom. So how did you work to engage the members with that transition to Zoom?
We jumped headfirst into Zoom right off the right away. We jumped right in. And as we could do that, we also tried our best at doing hybrid meetings at all when possible too, so that we could be in person and also be on Zoom. We were very lucky to have some very amazing technology people in Joe Doles and Dave Card. We continued to adapt our meetings, knowing that we were on Zoom or in hybrid, knowing that sometimes face-to-face meetings are very different than what we were going to be doing on Zoom. So we adapted the way that the flow of the meeting worked. We did breakout rooms. We changed up the way we did our raffle. I actually had a focus group where we talked about how the meeting should flow, and we worked through what the flow would be like. It was just, we jumped headfirst into utilizing Zoom and keeping our club engaged in meetings.
Great. Well, and I can state from personal experience being a member of the Prior Lake Rotary Club that your leadership had a lot to do with it as well. So
thank you.
Thank you again for being here, and congratulations to Prior Lake and the whole team.
Thank you.
So now I think I'm gonna turn it over to Mike Becker for the medium-sized clubs. Was Mike able to join?
No, this is Kyle. I'll take that
Okay.
one for him.
Okay, yeah, I know he was traveling, so.
Yeah, emergency meeting for something else today, so that's where he's at. So I have the pleasure to pinch hit and share the Club of the Year for the medium club category, which we had 3 different clubs win the individual awards. So let's see how everything came together with membership and foundation giving included. And we got 3rd place would be Blaneham Lake, followed by Anoka, and the 1st place club is the LeSueur Rotary Club. So congratulations to LeSueur and to all of the clubs in that medium category. And joining us are is Club President David Braun and Betty Joe, who happens to be the past president of the club. So David, congratulations to you.
Thank you, Kyle. And I'll amend your introduction a bit. Betty Joe is not a past president, but she is my right-hand gal and foundation chairman in the club, as well as secretary. So,
well, I figured she just does so much that she hadn't been the president, but sorry, Betty Joe. How do you think your club was able to operate at the level it did over the past year?
Well, I have to give a lot of credit to our leadership team. The whole group was willing to adapt, to reconfigure, and dig in for the betterment of the whole club. We were very fortunate on the front end of the shutdown that Newell Krogman had an individual Zoom membership, and he allowed us to tap onto that account for a couple weeks till we had our own. So we stayed engaged with minimal pause, and some of our activities became refocused. Our Strive program became virtually impossible when we couldn't meet face to face with students, and some of our efforts got reconfigured or refocused to some environmental projects which we could do outside and be socially distanced. We had great collaborative efforts. Another youth program that we've done for a couple of years was called a reality challenge. It's in conjunction with the school district and the teacher that does the economics class. And we did that virtually with multiple Zoom platforms and a fair amount of technology applied to make it happen. But I think too, we did something to sustain ourselves. There was an easily recognized sense of loss of what we didn't have during our distancing or being shut down. But each week in our Zoom meeting, we did what we called happy bucks. And I imagine some other clubs do this too. And we lifted ourselves up and made us realize that we didn't need to focus on what we were missing, but what we had. And that in turn seemed to play out with how the club responded in foundation giving. We just had a magnificent year in the donations.
Right. And what's one tip quickly that you would give to a club that is struggling to come up with new ideas?
Well, I think the idea that we are much more than a service to our local community. The world's a large place, and we largely are blessed in the upper Midwest or Minnesota with many gifts, and we find ways to share them. But I think the idea that we can foster partnerships, whether it's with school districts or other clubs, those sorts of things, really, I think will carry us a long ways.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, congratulations to the Lesueur Club, and thank you for all your efforts. And I can only imagine how dinner over the last year has gone with Betty Jo telling you exactly how to run the club. So congratulations, Betty Jo, as well. And now we'll go to Paul Perez for his last official act as immediate past district governor, as he recognizes the Medium Plus Club of the Year.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun, and hopefully everyone is getting some good ideas. You know, that's one of the reasons we do this, and hopefully you can bring some of those ideas back to your club and implement them. But let's finish up with the Medium Plus Club category, which was the closest overall competition. And we'll go to the screen. We got to close. Someone's got something on my screen here. So, okay. In first place is Rochester Risers Rotary Club. So congratulations. And we're going to talk to club president, Don Supala, to answer a few questions. Are you with us, Don? There he is. Don, congratulations. You're on mute. You're on mute, Don.
Let's see.
There we go.
Are we good?
Yes, so congratulations.
Thanks, Paul. And thanks to the district for the award And congratulations to all the category and the club award winners. This is really exciting for the risers. We're just delighted.
Well, great. So I have a couple questions. How were you able to engage your members to accomplish as much as possible this year with all the challenges?
Well, if variety is the spice of life, then variety is also what helps us engage our members. Joanne Rosner, past president of our club twice now, has called it the Riser's secret sauce. And that's kind of what we shared with the Mankato Club earlier today at their club meeting. So whether it's as simple as the breakfast choices that we provide our members, or it's delivering our meetings virtually or live, or it's the number and variety of community service projects and social activities that we engage in, it's all about choices. And maybe the best example would be our community service projects. We're a very family-oriented club. It's helped us grow our membership significantly. And so we have family-oriented service projects. And those are projects like the Salvation Army bell ringing, holiday tree decorating at one of the local assisted living facilities, adopt a family Christmas shopping, and park cleanup. And then in addition, we obviously have, those adult-only kind of activities, projects like our Channel 1 food repackaging, Meals on Wheels delivery, the house painting for a military veteran, and delivering over 400 personalized hardcover books to Rochester first graders. So the risers believe it's all about choices.
Well, great. And you've shared so much, but what's one key to success that you would like to share with others, Don?
Well, let me start by putting in a plug for club visioning. If you haven't completed a club visioning session in recent years, I would really encourage you to sign up. The virtual sessions are awesome. Our club just completed our last session about 2 weeks ago, and it was very helpful. So a key success for us, I think, is what we call active listening to what our club members are saying. You can pick up, even using Zoom, some kind of non-verbal clues from time to time. Look at the emails they send and the written statements. And then, using that, act on what your members are saying and what you're seeing and what you're hearing. We've found this year that a simple, maybe member email or even a telephone call check-in periodically, especially for those members who hadn't been Zooming with us on a regular basis, really invites helpful dialogue, and it's much appreciated by the members. So as a club, I'd say we tend to err on the side of too much transparency and probably over communications as well.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you and congratulations again, Don, and to your club. So,
thank you.
Before I turn it over back to Mitch, I just wanted to thank Mitch for his leadership over the last 4 years with the awards program. He's led this and put a lot of time and effort. This is his last awards ceremony as leader, but maybe he'll still be involved. But just want to thank you, Mitch, for all your hard work. And with that, it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for past District Governor Kyle Haugen, who had this idea, and he took it from a different district and brought it to our district. And I have to say that we've really, it's really helped our clubs in our district just become more active, more vibrant, and sharing ideas and a little competition, which Kyle always loves. So thank you very much, Kyle, for bringing the idea here to this district.
Very much appreciated, Paul. Thank you. Well, and just really congratulations to all the clubs that have been recognized this afternoon. I hope you found this awards happy hour a little entertaining as we learned a little bit about what made these clubs successful while recognizing them. And as we mentioned at the beginning, it's not about the recognition, though. It really is it's all these clubs and really all the clubs in our districts, they're working so hard to do as much as possible. So really the real winners are the recipients of all we do as Rotarians, those 100 kids showing up to that park in Barron County every day. I mean, how exciting is that? It just gave me goosebumps when they shared, Monica and Deb shared that. So with that in mind, I just want to congratulate all of you and your clubs on the impact you've made in your communities and around the world over this past year. And thanks all of you for attending tonight. We do look forward to seeing what all of our clubs accomplish again in 2021, 22. And speaking of which, the awards documentation should be ready by mid to late July at the latest. So you'll be able to see what's on the docket for next year's awards as well. So I can't wait to celebrate your achievements next year as well. So have a great rest of the night and hope to see you all around. Deb, did you have something?
Just one more. Thank you and Kyle for your help as we put those awards together too. There were some questions and I know that you worked hard to make it easy for us, and thank you. That was very helpful. And I also have to thank Ed Merrick for his continuing leadership throughout the year. It's really been wonderful. And it's my opportunity today to say it while he's still
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you to everybody. It's been a great partnership.
Awesome. Thank you all.